Welcome to the third part of our theory and philosophy, the Atma, the science of the self. The science of the self. Part 1. 8 elements and 2 bodies. In both yoga and its sister science, the Ayurveda, the whole material world is said to be composed of 8 basic elements, 5 gross material elements and 3 subtle material elements. The 5 gross material elements are earth, water, fire, air, and ether. In modern terminology, they could be described as solid substances, liquids, radiating energy, gases, and all-pervading space. All phenomena in this world that are perceivable by our senses are a combination of these 5 basic elements. Within all living things that are made up of these 5 gross material elements are 3 subtle material elements: the mind, the intelligence, and the personal identification. Although one cannot perceive them due to their more subtle nature, they are still material. Together they constitute the so-called subtle material body, in which thinking, feeling, and willing is manifested. This means that thoughts, feelings, and desires correspond to the mind, manas, and the intelligence, buddhi. The Science of the Self, Part 1, 8 elements and 2 bodies, continued. The misidentification with the body is sometimes referred to as the false identification or ahankara. The body is therefore composed of 2 bodies, a gross material body and a subtle material body. In conclusion, there are 8 material elements: Bhumi, earth; Apa, water; Anala, fire; Vayu, air; Kam, ether; Mana, mind; Buddhi, intelligence; Ahankara, false identification. The Science of the Self, Part 2, Soul, Jiva, source of consciousness. Situated within the 8 material elements, the 5 gross and the 3 subtle, is the consciousness, or the true self. Instead of identifying as a passenger within this body, most people wrongly identify as being the body. This misidentification with the body is sometimes referred to as the false identification, or ahankara. The word ahankara means illusion. This condition of misidentification with the body can form a bondage with material life, one that is very difficult to unravel. In Samkhya philosophy, this consciousness is known as the Jiva, or the Atma, or the Jivatma, the spirit soul. The embodied spirit soul is but a passenger within its gross and subtle material body. By interacting with the material body, a web of unlimited complex karmic reactions is created. The path of yoga is a way of freeing one from those complex karmic reactions. Samadhi is said to be a state of liberation, moksha, from the bondage of the material body. Yoga will liberate us from ahankara, the false identification that we are this body. For the soul, there is neither birth nor death. It has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. It is unborn, eternal, ever-existing, and primeval. It is not slain when the body is slain. As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. The soul can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind. This individual soul is unbreakable and insoluble, and can be neither burned nor dried. It is everlasting, present everywhere, unchangeable, immovable, and eternally the same. It is said that the soul is invisible, inconceivable, and immutable. Knowing this, you should not grieve for the body. This is a quote from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, 20 to verse 25.